I'm down, just leave me there, let me be sad. Sun's up, I already wanna lay down. Friends calling, I ain't really tryna go out. Don't wanna get dressed up to pretend. I could lie and say I'm fine, maybe you'll stop calling then. I've got chips on my shoulder, only getting older, so I keep to myself. Ain't tryna complain, just don't wanna explain it. But sometimes I don't wanna be happy.
5, 6, 7, 8. Dance with me in my backyard, boy. Looking super fine in your corduroy. Drive me round the block, we can go in a loop, and we'll turn the vibe up on some good boy band tunes. I feel the fresh air, I can feel your eyes staring, and not gonna lie, I get a little bit scared. My heart is on wings and living in dreams, and at the top of our lungs we see.
Story time. Every year my family is in charge of putting up the Christmas tree in our local church. Every year my grandpa would come and help until the year he sadly died. So for the first time, me, my uncle, dad and little sister, who was 3 at the time, went to the church alone. The decorations for the tree are stored in the basement of the church, so we went to go and get them. To get into the basement there are about 20 concrete steps going down into a dark room. But my little sister didn't know this and walked straight through the door and fell all the way down the concrete steps. My uncle and dad were obviously terrified she would have seriously injured herself or even worse and went running down after her, but when they found her she was completely uninjured and unfazed. The scary part of the story is when my dad asked her if she was okay, she said, "Somebody caught me." And since then we've always thought that my great-grandpa might have been with us all along. Don't listen to this if you get scared easily. Part 1. Growing up, I've always lived in houses where creepy stuff has happened, but this one was different. We signed a 12-month lease on a house, and the first 7 or 8 months were completely normal. But one day, my mum was carrying laundry upstairs when she swore she saw something in the corridor. She saw what she described as the Grim Reaper standing by the window in broad daylight. Ever since then, weird things started to happen, especially in my bedroom. Specific items of mine would go missing and then reappear a couple of days later in the middle of my bedroom floor. Then things started rolling around on the floor, and bear in mind I had no air conditioning or drafts in my room. And then one night I was woken up by a massive crash where my entire vanity fell to the floor but nothing broke. The only thing still standing was a candle which I'd lit the night before, which was the shape of a Virgin Mary. Story time. My boyfriend and I bought a very old house. He was in charge of bringing in all the furniture and doing the heavy lifting while I was on wallpaper removal duty. The previous owner had papered every wall and ceiling. Removing it took ages but was oddly satisfying, kind of like peeling skin when you get sunburnt. I started peeling the paper away and discovered that under a corner section of paper in every room was a person's name and a date. Curiosity got the better of me, and one night I googled the names. I discovered that the person was actually a missing person, and the missing date matched the date under the wallpaper. We immediately notified the police and they sent out a crime scene team. After looking around a bit, they came up to me and said, "Where's the wallpaper you removed from the walls?" Turns out it wasn't wallpaper. I'm done. Story time. One evening, my wife and I had picked up our daughter from her friend Sally's birthday party. We brought her home and put her into bed. But later that night, after I'd gone to bed, I heard her come into our room. She came up to the edge of the bed and started pulling up my shirt sleeve. "Guess how old I'm going to be next month," she said. "I don't know. How old?" I replied, still half asleep. She smiled at me and held up 4 fingers. My wife and I have been up with her for almost 8 hours, pleading with her, but she still refuses to tell us where she got them.
You know I'ma hit him with the ether. Lungs out, but I gotta keep an eye out for Selena. Beauty and the Beast. Bawiba hapuni friends. Afuni lipa eni tuni ababen. Now I could be na pu baba fu. Sawoya hipelina.
Hey girly, can I borrow your blush? I forgot mine and I'm totally in a rush. No? Okay, well, never mind. I'm a creative, so I'm sure I'll improvise. Hey guys, today I'm doing a look. I hope it's not too hard for you. For me, it's textbook. Oh sis, look, I totally snapped. But did you see her post today? Her makeup looked clapped. James Charles' makeup is totally hot. Oh, you don't watch him? Sweetie, it's obvious. The way you do your contour, I think not. Anyways, gotta go. I'm such a hot mess. This is why you should never leave your house unlocked. Part 1. When I was about 12 years old, I lived in Kansas. Both my parents were out and I was home alone with my 2 dogs. I was sitting in my bedroom playing on my computer when I heard the very distinct sound of the front door open and close, like someone had just come in. My dogs got up and ran into the living room, and so I just assumed my parents were home. I shouted for my mum to confirm this and heard no response. I paused my game and walked out into the living room to see, and as I did, I felt the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I had heard someone come in, clear as day, but no one was there. I wasn't wearing headphones and I'd had the computer volume turned down, so I knew it couldn't have been the game. I tried calling my parents, but neither of them picked up, so for the first time in my life, I called the police.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
Broke up the first time, saying this is it, I've had enough. Cause like we hadn't seen each other in a month. When you said you needed space, what? Then you come around again and say, baby, I miss you and I swear I'm gonna change. Trust me, remember how that lasted for a day? I say I hate you, we break up, you call me, I love you. We called it off again last night, but this time I'm telling you,
During lockdown, I've got super bored of my style, so I decided to try out a load of aesthetics to try and find one that I like. I decided to start with one of those trendy girls you see on Pinterest, so I started putting the outfit together. Then I went to find some makeup and hair inspiration. I feel like big bushy brows are super in at the moment, so I did some of those, which look kind of crazy, and then added some fake freckles, mascara, blush and lipstick. I was really stuck with what to do for my hair, but I've seen that clipped back hairstyle is really trendy right now, so I attempted that, but I don't think it suits me very well. My head isn't really the right shape. But there we go, that's the first aesthetic. I'd rate this one probably 6 out of 10. I love how it looks on Pinterest, but I don't really think I can pull it off, but let me know what style I should try tomorrow.
Stop. What the hell are you talking about? Get my pretty name out of your mouth. We are not the same with or without. Don't talk about me like how you might know how I feel. Top of the world, but your world isn't real. an idea. So go have fun. I really couldn't care less, and you can give it my best, but just know I'm not your friend or anything.
During lockdown, I've got super bored of my style, so I decided to try out a load of aesthetics to try and find one that I like. You guys requested I try e-girl next. This style is super out of my comfort zone, so putting together an outfit for this actually took me a really long time. But once I found one I liked, I started looking on Pinterest for hair and makeup inspiration. I decided to do purple eyeshadow to match the skirt, and obviously what is an e-girl look without some intense winged liner. I popped on some huge lashes and did my skin makeup using lots of blush and pink freckles, and then overlined my lips. For my hair, I decided to do 2 space buns and then curl the remaining part of my hair. And that is the finished look. I didn't think I was going to like this look because it's just so not me, but I actually love it. I'd rate it an 8 out of 10 only because I know I'd never be brave enough to actually wear this out of the house, but let me know what aesthetic I should try to.
Bitch. Corvette, hop in a motherfucking jet like that. Them in that, them in that like that. They were like, Pop, why you all like that? Why you talk like that? Why you all like that? I'm off at Eddie, I'm up. I don't.
What you been up to, Aiden? I've been dancing in my room, swaying my feet, trying to get you love and a kiss on the cheek. Cotton candy skies like I'm stuck in a dream, and I've been feeling blue. You're the one that I need. Dancing in my room, swaying my feet, trying to get you love and a kiss on the cheek. Cotton candy skies like I'm stuck in a dream, and I've been feeling.
During lockdown, I've got super bored of my style, so I decided to try out a load of aesthetics to try and find one that I like. Reading through the comments section, lots of you guys requested that I try grunge next. I never wear black, so putting this one together was quite difficult. But then I had a look on Pinterest for some makeup inspiration. I was really stuck whether to do a smoky eye, but decided just to do some eyeliner. I don't think I've ever done more uneven eyeliner in my entire life. I managed to fix the eyeliner, add some big lashes, and then move on to the skin makeup. I usually love doing makeup looks with loads of blush and fake freckles, and I kind of forgot I couldn't really do that with this look. Okay, that was quite a lot. Then I did some black ombre lipstick, put on the beanie, and this was the moment when I was like, oh my god, I love it. I honestly didn't think I was going to like this look at all, but I think this is possibly my favourite one I've done so far. I'd rate it like an 8 out of 10. During lockdown, I've got super bored of my style, so I decided to try out a load of aesthetics to try and find one that I like. For this video, I decided to try out quite a popular aesthetic, which is light academia. I actually have quite a few clothes for this type of outfit already, so it was quite easy to put together, and then I looked on Pinterest for makeup and hair inspiration. I accidentally did my eyebrows a little bit thicker than I intended to, so don't mind that. But then I put some concealer on my eyelids to cancel out the darkness and added some eyeshadow. Okay, it's time for mascara. I didn't want this makeup look to be too over the top. I feel like light academia is quite, well, light, I guess. So I just put on some primer for my skin and some lipstick. With makeup done, I moved on to my hair and I just curled it using my straighteners, which is so satisfying, and then pinned it back. And that's the finished look. I absolutely love this. It gives me crazy main character vibes. I feel like this look is the most me that I've tried yet, so I'd rate it like a 9 out of 10. During lockdown, I've got super bored of my style, so I decided to try out a load of aesthetics to try and find one that I like. And one of the most highly requested aesthetics that you guys have asked me to try is soft girl. This is one of my favourite dresses, so I've actually been waiting for the opportunity to wear this in a video. So once I had the outfit put together, I curled my hair and put it up in this cute soft girl hairstyle, and then did my makeup. Soft girl makeup is the classic go-to natural makeup look, so I just did some concealer, blush, natural brows, and freckles. Of course, I do freckles in literally every look, and some bright highlight on my nose, mascara, and a tiny bit of lipstick. Out of all the looks that I've done, this one is the most in my comfort zone. I would say, like, I would very happily wear this out. I just really enjoyed the opportunity to kind of go overboard with one aesthetic. I do really like this, although it is one that I probably couldn't wear all year round. I don't think I could really wear it right now in December, but I'd rate it like a 9 out of 10. So let me know what aesthetic. This is why you should never try using a Ouija board. My friends and I decided to play with a Ouija board after work in our office and spoke to a girl named Quinn. She didn't say much but seemed friendly enough, but when I mentioned my girlfriend, she got super mad and protective of me. When it got to 2 a.m, we said goodbye to her, but about a week later, in the middle of the night, the office block that we worked in burnt down. It creeped us all out, so a week later we used the Ouija board again near a lake and asked for Quinn. When we got through to her, we asked if she started the fire, to which she responded, yes. About 2 weeks later, I was driving to my girlfriend's house with the board in the back of the truck. I didn't know it at the time, but my girlfriend was in fact cheating on me. But I guess Quinn knew because I lost control of the truck and flipped it upside down. When the cops arrived to make sure I was okay, they reminded me what road I was on. Route 666, Virginia.
Cause I know that I want you so bad. Cause I know that I want you so bad, bad.
Alright guys, I've just got to say this to get this off my chest. I was just scrolling through my TikTok and I saw a girl drawing on eye bags under her eyes using eyeshadow. I myself have been using the eye bags Instagram filter non-stop because I think it looks cool. I swear, like forever, eye bags have been considered a really negative thing. Kardashian and pretty much the entire Kardashian family as a whole are famous for having big butts, whereas 10 years ago, if a woman was wearing a pair of jeans that she thought made her bum look big, she wouldn't leave the house. So this is just my PSA to say, if you are insecure about something, don't be. You never know, in 10 years time, could be the next big thing. Okay, so I kind of have a dilemma and I wanted to come on and talk about it. So up until now, I have been, let's be honest, pretty stingy when it comes to buying things, especially clothes. I hated clothes shopping, just never really bought any new clothes and constantly wore the same things over and over again. And then recently I thought to myself, you know what, Flo, you're making your own money now, and also TikTok is now my full-time job, so I feel like I kind of needed to get myself some new clothes, you know what I mean? So I just kind of thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to buy a few items to replace a few of the ones in my wardrobe which I never wear anymore. Now this has happened and my entire wardrobe next to me is almost full. I didn't plan for this to happen and I don't know how to stop.
Let me hear that boy. Let me wear that boy. Let me get the most expensive car and let me stare that boy. Real big pretty titty shut down every city. If you want the kid, kitty, gotta get the kid for me. I don't knew everything, plus pay the rent for me. If we in the wilderness, niggas put the tent for me, tent for me, tent for me, get me body. Long hair, no makeup, doing Pilates. Those niggas don't stop on my dance and all them pictures is my sons, but who's the daddy? I graduate with honors. I ball Nate O'Connor. I did a freestyle, then I got a shout out from Obama. Yes, I am ill. I going for the kill.
You guys asked for it, here's another story time. One night, a woman was driving home late at night from dinner with some of her friends. As she was driving, she noticed a pair of headlights in her rearview mirror approaching the car. As this car pulled up behind her, she glanced and saw the driver switch the turn signal on as if it was about to pass, before suddenly swerving back behind her and pulling up dangerously close to her, flashing its lights. The frightened woman struggled to keep her eyes on the road and finally turned onto the exit. Through every stoplight and turn, the car followed her, still flashing its lights until she pulled into her driveway. She figured her only hope was to make a dash into the house and call the police, but as she jumped out of the car, so did the driver of the car behind her, and he screamed, "Lock the doors and call 911. When the police arrived, it was revealed that as the man in the car had pulled up behind her, his headlights illuminated the car and he saw a silhouette of a man in the back seat reaching to grab the woman.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know? How would they know? How would they know? I can't.